the greatest manager in the Premier League's history. In fact, he takes some beating in any era. To mark his achievements, the League Managers Association have named their Manager of the Year award after him.
Well, I'm surprised, and I think that it's a fantastic honour, really. And when you look at the list of managers who've won this trophy, the Manager of the Year trophy over the years, you know, it makes you really aware of the achievements. Matt Busby, Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, Brian Clough, they were legends, really. You know, they left a fantastic legacy of how their teams played.
So looking back now, what does Sir Alex think of his own legacy?
I was lucky, it was at the right club. There's no question about that. Manchester United is a special romantic club that it's easy to fall in love with.
When you've finished managing now and you're retired, do you look back now at the title race and think, oh, I'd love to get my teeth stuck into this now?
Well, no, really, no. I made up my mind I was looking forward to retiring because I think I'd done what I wanted to do in life, you know, without question. And there was always a time when I got to my 70s I was going to retire. I wasn't going to end up wimping up that touchline. And I think I picked the right time. But there are moments when, of course, you miss it. You miss the banter in the dressing room, you miss the humour of some of the players, and you miss the cup finals. There's no question about that.
Did you have any moments just after you retired when you suddenly get up, crack of dawn in the morning and be getting ready to go to the training ground and suddenly realise you didn't have to go anymore?
Yeah, well, the first few days I get up at the normal time, 6 o'clock, and the first was after the end of the season, the Monday morning, I would normally get in because it was a really important day, the day after the season's finished, because you really want to start thinking about any business you're going to do. And David Gill and I would always meet that Monday after the last game to finalise our thoughts and go about preparing for a signing and whatever. And then I realised, you know, nobody will be there.
Looking at Arsene Wenger as well at Arsenal at the moment and yourself, do you think those days of having managers at a club for such a huge amount of time are coming to an end?
I hope not, because I think that stability that a manager, Arsene Wenger, has brought to Arsenal, and Brian Clough at Notts Forest, myself at United, because there's no evidence that sacking a manager brings success, but there's evidence that Arsene Wenger, myself, and Brian Clough can bring success with long-termism. And at the moment, of course, the ridiculous situation about the sort of pressure Arsene's under, I just wonder, really, do they realise the job that Arsene's done? The one I think the most amazing thing about him is this: he's come through a forest of criticism for months now, and he's never bowed. He's seen it right through. He's shown a determination, a stubbornness, and I think when you look at that, that's a quality. These are qualities that I'm not sure they'll ever get a manager like that. So it's quite easy to say, yeah, get rid of him. And what do you get? Who are they going to get that can keep that club the way they are, the way they've been for the last 20 years? So I really feel sorry for him, because I think he's been shown outstanding qualities and how he's handled the whole situation. I don't know if many could have done that.
So what does he make of the man who's led Chelsea to the title?
Fantastic. His energy, you see his energy in the pitch. There's always a true saying that your team mirrors a manager, and that's what they've done with him. And his team have stayed top of the league for almost the whole season, really. They lost to Arsenal early on, and Liverpool, but since then...
And what about the manager who pushed Chelsea all the way, Maurizio Pochettino?
He's got a lot of youth in his team, which augurs well for their future, really. I believe in that. I really do. I've always believed in that, and I believed in youth all my life. And the value is twofold. One, that they'll always remember the person who gave them a starting life. Always will. And secondly, they create a loyalty base that's there for life. It means the young players that we had coming through still keep in touch with me. And I think that is an indication how well it works. And also long-termism. I don't think short-termism works. I really don't. I think that There are teams who can buy all the time and remain successful. I'm sure it happens, but on a general theme, I don't think short-termism works. And with Tottenham, to me, it looks as if there's a long-termism there. They're building something that looks pretty good.
What do you think when you look across town and see Pep, across the Liverpool, you see Jurgen Klopp?
They're always with threats. You have to accept challenge. At Manchester United, if you can't accept a challenge, you shouldn't be there. And when Chelsea came along and Arsenal came along, we accepted a challenge, we gone with it, relished it, with players that were able to quite capable of handling all that. And that's exactly what Manchester United should be. Accept the challenge. It's good for you.
And he was delighted when Claudio Ranieri won last year's award.
I think it's like Sergio Garcia winning the Masters. The time will come for him. He'd been trying so many times that eventually, when he did it, I think everyone was so pleased for him. And the same with Claudio. He's been all around the world in teams and seconds so many times that you say he really deserves it.
What of the man who's now in charge of United?
He's a very talented manager, no question. I think they've done really well. I think they've had the draws, and they've played really well in all of those draws. If they'd even 6 of those draws turned into wins, it's 12 points. They've been up there. And hopefully we can start winning things, because I'm sure that's what he wants.
He's been an admirer of yours for years. Do you still chat along the way?
Yeah, we do from time to time, as I did with Louis van Gaal, as I did with David Moyes. They're my manager, and I think that the United directors in my time were always very supportive of me, and I hope that continues.
Current managers all look up to Sir Alex. So who did he look up to as a younger man?
Matt Busby. He was in his later years, but he was still a fantastic man in terms of the help and advice he gave me. And I always remember when I came into Old Trafford in the afternoons after being at the training ground, you knew he was in because you could smell his pipe. His pipe smoke was all over the place. He had a little office at the top of the stairs at the Old Trafford, and I would drop in to see him. And he loved that. He loves the company. And he was really terrific. A great man, a great humility about him.
And he remembers meeting Bill Shankly just before a crucial game which would decide who won the title.
Shanks came out, hands in the pocket, with Jimmy Cagney. And he says, "Come in, boys." So he takes us into the boardroom. And then Derby County, all these photographs are in the boardroom of all the great players, Rich Carter, Peter Doherty, Nat Lofthouse. There was an array of great talents. And my father played with Peter Doherty, but I didn't have the courage to tell him that, because you really know this man. So it goes on and on and on. And I look at my watch, it's 7:25. And I says to Shankly, "Mr. Shankly, it's 7:25. He says, "Aye." I says, "Should you not be with your team?" And it's like 7:30 kickoff. He says, "Son, if I've got to be with my team tonight, there's something wrong." Brilliant. So we walked along the corridor, and Tommy Smith standing at the entrance to the stadium, bouncing the ball. Always remember that. He says, "Go on, son, take them home." I think that's what, not surprises you, but I think that I admire that these great managers had like a humility about them. Their feet were on the ground. They never get carried away. They knew what kind of industry they were in, and they built fantastic teams.
It seems only fitting that Ferguson, who himself is now one of those greats, should have the LMA's Manager of the Year trophy named after him.